It's no secret that the Nigerian Labour Act is a powerful document, lays out the rights and protections of employees in Nigeria. In the last video, I narrated how the Nigerian Labour Act of 2004 seems to reflect more to the advantage of the employers. However, do not despair. The picture is not that bleak for employees. Fortunately, the Nigerian Labour Act of 2004 can also be used to the advantage of the employees. With little knowledge, you can use the Labour Act to negotiate better working conditions. In this post, we'll look at 4 secret weapons in the Nigerian Labour Act that can help you as an employee. You want to know what the 4 secret weapons are in the Nigerian Labour Act, right? Okay, I'll tell you, but remember, these are secret to be used for reasonable use. You need to use them wisely and with a better spirit in mind. The first weapon is the exit process. This is all about the notice period one is to give to the employer. Under the law, you are entitled to give a prescribed notice period before you actually leave a job. The advantage is that the required notice periods may not be as long those imposed by the company or organization that you are working for. Most companies and organizations will ask you for 1 month notice period. Some will even tell you to provide 3-month notice period. What does the Act say? The Act provides you with an advantage. For example, you will need to provide 1 day notice period where you have been contracted for a period of 3 months or less, 1 day. Where you have worked for a period of 3 months but less than 2 years, you give 1 week notice. Where you have worked for a period of 2 years but less than 5 years, you give 2 weeks notice. Where you have worked for a continuous service of 5 years or more, you give 1 month notice. I bet most of you didn't know that was found in the Nigerian Labour Act in section 11. Now moving to the second one. The second one is related to the use of your wages. Employers are required to provide wages according to the Nigerian Labour Act. Sorry about that. And in some cases, we realize sometimes where some employers do deduction from source. It's unlawful for an employer to determine or direct the place or manner in which an employer must pay their wages. What Section 1 and Section 2 imply is that no employer has the right imposing on you, demanding for contribution that will be taken from source. Of course, that doesn't include loans that you've taken from the organizations. What this clause, what the section puts in fact is technically is that you are to spend your earning not as technically imposed by an organization. The third secret weapon has to do with women's right to childbirth. The Act provided nuclear provision for women in maternity stage. Unfortunately, many female colleagues are still being taken advantage of. In most circles, women are dictated to plan their pregnancy only at a period dictated by their employers. And some even lose their employment after a prolonged period of absence due to pregnancy-related issues. So let me tell you, in Section 89, subsection 6 of the Nigerian Labour Act of 2004, the law does provide protection for women who are likely to be absent from work for a long period of time due to pregnancy-related matter. This is actually not including the 90 days maternity leave according to women. The fourth weapon, still related to women, is that women are protected against working in the night. The law does speak about night shift. Female colleagues are protected against night work, but remember, it's in agricultural and industrial setting or any other setting that exposes the female colleague to being subjected to manual labor. Let me quickly point that this section contains only to women who are exposed to manual labor, meaning that a woman in managerial position, a nurse, a woman within the category of Section 55 of the Nigerian Labor Act Section 65 verse 255 verse 2 may work at night. And there's also a downside to that. The downside is that the terms night provided in the Nigerian Labour Act is slightly situational. The Act defines night work as work within the period of 10 a.m. in the evening to 4 a.m. within industrial context, and also 10 p.m. to 5, not 4, to 5 a.m. in agricultural setting. That is, we are talking about 11 and 9 consecutive hours respectively. Some employer can also tell you that, well, it means consecutively, and so that's also debatable to legal jurisdiction. You've heard, and so it's important for you to know your right when you are a woman. It's also important to understand the provision of the law with regard to your notice period. It's important for you to know how the law protects you against unlawful deduction from your wages from source. Finally, let me also remind you, remember that the Labour Act is there to protect you. So if you feel like you are not being treated fairly by some employers, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and seek legal help. In conclusion, the Nigerian Labour Act is a powerful tool that can help you get what you deserve from your employer. Make sure you know your right and don't hesitate to stand up for yourself if you are not being fairly treated. With a little knowledge and some courage, you can get the most out of your job and out of your life. Once again, I'm Anselm, your career breakthrough sidekick. If you found the content of this video useful, do not hesitate to share, like, and if you have not yet subscribed, support us by subscribing. I really appreciate all that you are doing. Let's look forward to do more again. Once again, I'm your happiest HR, your career breakthrough psychic. And remember, this is October. October is the month for mental health. Your mental health is very important. So make sure that you understand the law, you understand the act, you understand the government legislations concerning working, and so that will help you to be in the right frame of thinking as you go to work every day. Thank you. Bye.